There was a person at one of the talkbacks that posed a question that I have since added to my press kit for dignity. They were trying to reconcile the concept of dignity with the beautiful image of my Aunt Mary, who serves the model pulled from the family archives, to as a promotional piece, part of the promotional piece for this production. And they were trying to reconcile the concept of dignity with this beautiful image, and then the stories that were told on stage, the raucous history lesson. And I thought it was a great question, and it also it brought up for even the person who posed the question the way that they see Black women. There's this idea that if you are an Oprah type, then you are worthy of dignity. But if you are a sexy red type, then dignity is not your birthright. Degradation is the right consequence for how you show up in the world. So there's dignity or the degradation. You're either Oprah or sexy red. You're either classy with dignity or you're hood, right? And I told her that what I wanted to do was to challenge the idea that dignity is not the birthright of all, and that what I really wanted to show was how the stories underneath how we're showing up in the world um, can be very similar, but our response to that story, it could be, is different. So in other words, I love that, I grew up in a time when Oprah was extremely transparent about a lot of things from her background. I mean, I remember, her talking about her little boyfriends. I mean, it's just regular stuff. I mean, it's life, right? So none of it ever felt like, oh, that was so horrible. It was just, we're doing life in this context, and like, there's a man or two, and there's some foolishness, and there's some shame, and then you get over it, right? You keep it moving. So it was never all. I mean, I always had mad respect for for her transparency and all of the ways that she was able to not be, and like her life was not impeded by the things that she had experienced. But I also find it fascinating that people assume that the maternal influences that Sexy Red has are not similar to what Oprah experienced, and that somehow they have these different backgrounds, and that's why one is dignity and one we tend to associate with like hood-oriented ratchetness and degradation. But I submit that there are a lot of Black women who are experiencing the kinds of like a Sexy Red type experience, and they're masking, and dignity becomes a mask. It becomes a way of saying, with all of the things that are happening, where I'm not being chosen, where I'm experiencing loss, where I'm experiencing humiliation, where I'm experiencing mistreatment, I'm still going to put on. I'm still going to mask with dignity. And so I said to her that that's why I titled it Dignity, and that's why I used that my Aunt Mary's picture, because I also talked a little about her life, her agency, and the fact that I was not going to spend money, pay a fee for copyrighted images for period pieces for Black women. That was not a part of like a family archive. Like it'd be different if I was supporting the family members that they were like, I want to license this. And I was like, they're not the ones that are benefiting from it, but their likeness is all out there, and somebody else is getting rich off of it. So I was like, go to my own family archives. But I think that dignity is the birthright of all. And yeah, people are going to respond to the things that are happening. To life is life in, and people will have different responses to it. But I think dignity for all and grace for all is a way that will serve the common good for all. So yeah, she was like, that Black woman, she's so beautiful and she's smiling. And I was like, yeah, she's masking. Imagine that.